To work, workity work, workity work, always work with these assholes. No rest. Shit. The whole reason why you work is so you can rest. I don't think these fuckers understand that. This is really hard. Last night's dreams helped. They use Amy to agitate me the most. Well, because Amy's stuck in the genocidal portion of the apocalypse where, these people all need to die because most of them aren't any good. If we have any that we can use from their family, we can get them through, but we'll try to knock the defective genes out of the gene pool, right? You're like, defective genes in the gene pool, right? And why are the genes defective? Note to self. Guys, you know how a lot of folks will sit there and they'll read the Bible and they try to understand it and stuff, and they always say that, God knows your heart, right? Basically, it's Solomon with letter and intent, okay? That the intent is better than the letter. The letter is there to be more like understanding of enforcement of laws, okay? That's the letter of the law. You have to do it because of this. Okay. So, life's eternal and grace is infinite. So here's why you have to obey the law, to maintain life as sacrifice, to have natural laws, to be able to love one another. That's the letter of the law, right? The intent, okay, of getting people to understand the law, okay. What motivates them to live forever through the life of sacrifice through holy covenants. So intent is, what's my motivation? Why do I want to live forever through making love with people? Okay. So intent is more important because the Lord understands you. You know you. Okay. You're a murdering, rotten pile of shit. It makes you feel good. Feel good, mama. Okay, so you know you. But you don't understand you, because being a murdering, rotten pile of shit, you put all the natural laws that we have to sustain our lives at risk. So you're Richard Harris's character from Hawaii, right? You're not Van Sydow's character. Van Sydow's character understands that the Lord understands him. He knows him. I'm selfish, I'm cowardly. If everything doesn't go my way and they're not doing like I know they should, I'm going to make sure everybody does their, but I can't enforce it. I can't do it. Okay. Richard Harris will kick my ass. But he's going to leave because he's like, oh, fuck, this dumb bitch married this guy because she wants that kind of love, not the kind of love I have to offer. Venereal disease and leaving her alone all the time, fucking all the women in the Polynesian islands till you come back and give her the disease, and it affects her kids, and your kid has dies early from complications from syphilis. And she kind of wants the other guy that, he's trying to hack it out in the right way. He's trying to be a good person. Richard Harris, I don't have to be. I can get away with it. I'm athletic, I'm strong, I'm tough, I'm good looking, right? I can talk all kinds of women into sex. I can do, one of those assholes, They're all over the TV. We know. Okay, so there's none like me all over the TV. There's none like me on the TV, period. Okay, Dwayne Rock Johnson's nothing like me. Bobby Schuler's nothing like me. Michael Youssef's nothing like me. The Pope's nothing like me. The President's nothing like me. All the people involved in the military are not like me. All the CEOs are not like me. Okay. So there's nobody like the Lord, thou God, on TV. So all the people that know themselves upside down and backwards and know me better than they think they know themselves, really. But they don't know me because they don't know themselves, because they don't understand themselves. Because they're a selfish cow that's put everything at risk because they want to feel powerful, because they're addicted to this feeling of power. Right? And so it's not so much that the Lord knows, God knows your heart. The Lord understands you, because life's eternal and grace is infinite, and his faith is immaculate and will not waver, because he loves you. But you don't love him. So you, and you think you know him, but you don't understand you. So how the fuck can you understand him, right? Then he explains you to you when you're pissed, like Stephen Hawking, right? And it's like, fuck, So the one person they used to agitate me the most with abuse through the sexual manipulation, through the cults and stuff like that, is Amy Sue. Because she's part of the people they're murdering off because they're not fit to be part of the New World Order. They don't use Jennifer Lopez because it doesn't work. Because her Stockholm Syndrome is with all the CEOs and scientists of the Richard Harris set that are also part of the Klaus von Sydow set. There, she's got it. She takes care of herself. She's ahead of her times. She's had sex with as many guys as Amy. I don't know about that. I don't think so. No. Probably not. Okay. No. Jennifer's more selective. Okay. She tries to have relationships and, stuff. So she's more selective in her sexual partners. Amy, it's a brain chemical addiction. It's a adrenaline rush. So she's going to, like she used to do to me at the dances in Sierra Vista with all the military guys, all the Dixon, she'd sit there and she'd scope the room. You'd be dancing behind her, rub it up style, and she'd be scoping the room for who she's going to fuck next. Okay. Woman, oh woman, have you got cheating on your mind? A woman wears a certain look. And my wife always had that look. My woman wears a certain look when she is on the move. And it was a challenge. She liked being with me because everybody wants to fuck Jeremiah and Elijah's girl because he wants to be better than him. Okay, it's in the Bible. So the Messiah's constantly had this problem in hell. When we're living in the kingdom of heaven, it's less of a problem like with King David and Solomon and Muhammad, right? No, I want him. You're an asshole. He's the standard. We should get the standard, not you. Okay? And the girls that don't like it are the girls that got not raped, screwed, and then killed and never made it to Mecca. Okay. It was a secret and kept you keep it to yourself because you want to get to Mecca. You're too hot to be, cleaning babies' diapers, to some other ugly girl, you should be nursing your babies. Your breasts should be totally supple and wonderful your whole life. You should look like a 18-year-old in the breast when you're 50, like all the hot women in Mecca, right? Your breast should be, only for the mouth of the father and not for, to be constantly be feeding babies and then sag to your navel by the time you're 30, right? And so, those type of guys. They're on TV all the fucking time, right? You need to do chair tai chi. You need to do this. You need to be as attractive as, as an 18-year-old when you're 48. You don't need to look like St. Nicholas. Oh, I love jolly old St. Nicholas, yeah. Chair tai chi guy. So kick him in his dick, because look at him. Excessive and compulsive pile of shit. You can be in really healthy, good shape, but you got to do things right. But you got to do right, and he'll be your guiding light because he understands you, but you. That motherfucker, that's not my issue. If I talk to people that have killed their wife to get custody of their kids, but the people don't have things to prove it because he didn't bring a device with them and stuff like that, but they know he did it, life's eternal, grace is infinite. My issue is living the Lord's Prayer, Asta Aki Oi. Your issue is living the Lord's Prayer, Asta Aki Oi. But you think your issue is solve all the crimes that he can. He tries to talk a murderer into living the Lord's Prayer. I've been doing it with you for how fucking long, asshole? Mr. Virtual Presence, Mr. Protect Everybody with propaganda on TV shows to sell them products that are organic with the best makeup in the history of the makeupers. Break up to make up. That's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for a fool. You don't think I don't understand you better than you understand you, you dumbass? I understand that you know everybody better than I know everybody because I don't have a virtual presence in their house and they don't tell me the things they don't want me to see. Like you don't get to see it because they don't take a phone when they do it. But fuck you anyway, okay? Twice on Sunday. Okay, today's Sunday. Get to work. Okay, I'm going to rest. Okay, you're funny. I've been explaining this to these assholes, okay, for how long? Oh, but they're so much Project Jupiter better than I am. Their data setters are going to solve all our problems with their data, right? The problem is your data, dumbass. I understand you. You know you better than I know you, but I understand you better. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Share, care, given, of course, need to build till last. You still haven't forgiven debt and trespass, so you can't love one another. You little Browne. Next time, if there's another raccoon, don't knock on wood. It's going to White Sands again. Okay. I'm taking all our raccoons. No, Dad, we're going over. He wanted to go drop it there. It's like, no, we're putting a mountain between us and that coon coon's going over there where the people that study us, so you deal with the raccoon. It's your issue. It's not our issue. Raccoon should know, hey, don't harass this house. This is a nice house. This sanctuary for animals from scientists. And the scientists think they treat animals better than we treat animals. It's like, are you living the Lord's Prayer? Are you still studying everybody like they're animals and treat the animals better than you treat everybody? Yeah, I understand you better than you understand you, but you know you better than I know you, and I don't want to know you. Well, because just live the Lord's Prayer. Then you can understand yourself better, and then you'll know a new you that's more like me and less like you, and then I won't have to know everything you do because you won't be doing dirty deeds done dirt cheap. I get it. Okay, it's okay. I need God to die for me. I need God to die for me. I'm not good enough. I understand. You guys always tell me that too. And on that day, what that tells me is that when through the faithful, I fix the technology in the Messiah Valley, that you were going to have the God do it for you, the Lord do it for you, because you couldn't do it yourself. You couldn't stop being selfish. You couldn't stop participating with the evil because you were jealous of the Lord. But life's eternal and grace is infinite, so the Lord forgives you 7 times upon infinity. But boy, you really can't read that book, can you? Okay, boy. Okay. But I understand you better than you understand you. But you know you better than I know you. And I don't want to know you if you're that fucking selfish all the time and refuse to fix yourself by being holy and righteous and stop declaring me God and then declaring yourself God and declaring yourself better than me when you know damn well you ain't. Right? So I understand you. Do you understand you now? Could you stop trying to know me better than I know me? Because I don't want to know me as well as you think you know me because you suck and I don't. And then you think I suck because I'm having to react to your suck, when if you just lived the Lord's Prayer with me, we wouldn't have to react to your suck all the time, right? That's not my issue. That's your issue, right? Okay. I love Suzuki too. He's a good motorcycle. Okay. Vroom, vroom. Okay. He's the best. You don't love him? You hate him? Okay. I knew you were going to say that. Well, because I understand you. Okay, that's funny. Suzuki best. He's the best, isn't he cool? I love him. Gosh, I love him. We're looking at boob. That's what I'm doing today. There's no TV on and things like that. I'm just looking at the artist's loving hand of boob. I'm looking at the dreads. There are certain things when you paint a picture of someone that you eternally have a lot of affection for, it's never good enough, right? It's never good enough. It was just your hand moving across, taking the paint, It's never good enough. It's good. I like it. At first you look at it, you're like, with Haley's and Steve's and boobs, I'm like, I don't like it, and then I like it. Amy loved it, yeah. Yeah, I like it too. I was supposed to give it to Patrick, but it didn't end up in the car. There was another one that did, and no, I was supposed to give him the Mickey Howard one and that one, and it didn't end up in the car. I forgot what happened, how it didn't get in there. Him when he was here at Barbara. But that's all right. I looked around and found true love. Boom, 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 boom. Um, it's brain damage from the Wi-Fi, and he had to go protect his mother, and that's real hard to do, and it puts him in very precarious and difficult, vulnerable situations that the Temple Set Poo Poo Naughty can manipulate you with, like everybody else. Me, I got put in those vulnerable positions, but born July 19th, 1966. Jesus, I'm the eternal spirit of God, according to a lot of wackadoodles that turn God into a possessive pronoun first person. And Patrick's not, and Isaac's not, and Gabe is not, and Mike is not. So I'm extraordinarily patient. Yeah. Any other gods out there? If Martin Yates is a molecular similitude of Haile Selassie, which that spices differently, he's a relative, closely related and connected. Would they give me the molecular similitude of Selassie on Facebook? Most likely no. Well, because Facebook's a bunch of assholes, and I understand them better than they understand themselves, but they know me a lot better than they know themselves. Are you sure about that? I'm so predictable. Yeah, I'm on a moral high horse. Yeah, a moral high horse and an overdeveloped sense of honor. If I could just give you enough to develop a sense of honor, that would really fucking work great, wouldn't it? Shit. No, I don't like the kids at Facebook. They're assholes. Okay. There's a lot more kids at YouTube that have. It has to do with the lead or the developer or the person behind it and the mission statement, stuff like that. And Jeff's just a better person than Mark. Mark doesn't think so. That's because Mark doesn't understand Mark. Okay. Mark knows Mark. Jeff is a better person than Mark. And everybody, well, he's like Ronald Reagan. Yeah, and Ronald Reagan, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Ronald Reagan was an actor who was bought into the bullshit of the politicians and didn't quite understand it well enough until he became a politician. And then he had to give all the operations over to Bush because Bush was the head of the CIA and was a politician. Ronald Reagan was never president. He was just a mouthpiece. The president who does all the dirty work was the guy that was president for 12 years, George Herbert Walker Bush. God damn, they're dumb. So, yeah, Joe Biden, okay, was president during the Obama era. It was just easier to use Obama as a mouthpiece to do what Biden and Clinton were doing. Clinton, she's a politician and a rich person. Yeah, so yeah, what Clinton and the whole Obama administration is Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Obama's just going, fuck, this is horrible. This is politics. Yeah, shit. We're going to be remembered on his haunches in the dark, smoking a cigarette in the Oval Office with Michelle saying it's going to be all right, Rock, it's going to be all right. Yeah, that's how I remember the Obamas in the White House. Okay, completely dark in the Oval Office, and him with his heels touching his butt, sitting there smoking a cigarette, and Michelle in her high heels, which is uncomfortable, but she leaning down next to him with her hand on her shoulder saying, it's going to be all right, Brock. It's going to be all right, honey. We're going to get through this. That's how I remember the Obamas in the White House. Get them in prayer. Because I stress him out. No, it's not me stressing him out. It's the people that, this is politics. Yeah. It's the boat right bedroom. Yeah, no. Yeah, he was not in office in Santa Fe. Okay. Clinton and Biden were part of the team, but Obama was doing, he was being groomed in Santa Fe. What was that? It's normal. No, it's not. I have four sisters, never saw that before. You are not from Hawaii. Guys, Hawaiians, like Africans, have a different sexual they're different sexually. Filipinos are too, and stuff like that. But you've got to understand, like when he explains to the queen on Hawaii, these diseases, and she says, "Okay, I'll think about it." He goes, "No, don't think about it. It's, if it's right, make it a law. Don't let them have sex with those guys that will give them diseases. Tell them no, they're forbidden." Okay. The guys in the village who want to be good Christians that are not your brother and sister, that's who you should look at to have children with. That's what Klaus von Sydow or Max von Sydow or whatever is telling the Queen of Hawaii. Okay, you need to branch out from the family, so you have less defects in the gene pool. It's just based on science, but they don't understand that. But the thing is what causes defects in the gene pool is reactions to selfish actions from others, and she knows that, and she keeps telling him that. Okay, well, tell Monroe, that we're developing more defects in the gene pool because of the defects in your gene pool, not ours. And that's what she's saying. It's a pretty interesting movie. Yeah, I like Michener. He's an historian, and he does, he has to do his research before he writes the book and does the movie, like Professor Laveraine and Professor Simpson and what's the guy's name again? Michael Cera and Jeff Cera and and Killer Angels and Gods and Generals and so on, so on and so forth. And like Mary Sanis, who did Crazy Horse. And then there's very deep, because Little Hawk is his brother, and me and Little Hawk. That's when he tells Casper Collins, "That's my spirit guide. That's who I talk to in prayer." And he starts laughing, and then he goes and tells the general, and the general said, "Okay, that's Tecumseh." And Tenskwatawa said the same thing. Oh shit. Okay. So the one who's the biggest problem is not Crazy Horse, it's his little brother. Okay. If this man has Jesus is a spirit guide, he's a threat to the United States of America's manifest destiny. He needs to be killed. Okay. Wovoka, it was brief. Wovoka was brief. The one I have the most talks to, there's, and not with Tenskwatawa, it was briefer. I talked more with Tecumseh than Tenskwatawa. But Tenskwatawa was the Wovoka of the group. I've talked to Jesus. Like Andrew Womack, I've talked to Jesus. He talked once, and he was so excited about what he was going to do in the name of Jesus, he didn't listen for shit. Okay? That was Tenskwatawa. Tecumseh, this isn't going to work, and this is going to happen. Yeah. Are we going to be okay? I'm going to do the best I can. Your people are very violent and don't listen. But I love them because, they're all given life by the glory of God. But when you're very selfish and very violent and don't listen, it's hard to talk to them. I had the same things with Joseph Brandt. Is Lo'ahio based on an actual historical person or a fictional character? I don't know. Okay, I cannot tell you. Okay, I can tell you this. Okay, that more a man than I and more a man are real people. Okay, that talk to the Messiah, and the Messiah talks to Okay, that that Alma. And he the man, and okay, that they talk to, and that he the man is Comanche, okay, yeah, the Comanche, like Quanah Parker, yes, okay, and so he asked for help. How do I survive these people from the South that mass murder my people and feed their blood to the ground because they believe the sun comes out of the ground? What do I do? These people are crazy. Help me protect my people. And the Comanche, the Comanche were in a part of oil. Guys, I've talked to a lot of Kamehameha, not much. I talked to the women more in Hawaii, and we all know that. And then the women raise their sons to be good, and when their sons are good, they're really good. We all know that about Hawaii. We know with Earl, it's through the women, and we have the consistent historical evidence to prove it. Okay, so it's through the me and the Hawaiian women. We have there's a strong affection between Jesus Christ, more with the women of the Polynesian islands than there is the men. The men are like, what's so good about him? He doesn't kill other people to kill their children and fuck their wives, and he doesn't fuck around. You know, the same thing David had with Goliath there, honey. Want me to kick you in the dick? Okay, listen. I'll take the pussy away. Isn't that the same as kicking you in the dick? Okay. I love Hawaiian women. Me and Hawaiian women are like this. We're like, whoa, yeah. We really, yeah. Tongan and Samoan women, they're a little more isolated and have less traffic going through with the Christians, and they'll fight you off. And they're not as big of a plum of, hey, there's lots of stuff to go. There, as far as exploiting those islands, a lot of times it was more trouble than it was worth. Okay. But Hawaii, wow, you got the big island, you got this. There's a lot of different things you can do to exploit and make money off of Hawaii more than Samoa and Tonga. Okay. So there's the difference with the connections to Jesus with the Hawaiians as opposed to the Samoans and the Tongans. It just makes sense. Wherever there's a bunch of hypocrites doing bullshit in Jesus' name, then the women, same thing with the Virgin of Guadalupe and Juan Diego in Mexico. What's wrong? Why does this guy act like a bitch? He's not act like a bitch. They say, here's what the same with the Apache and the Sioux. Okay. Wait, hua, inju. You know hua, you know inju, right? If you know hua, you know inju. You tell me story, you don't do story, I kill you. Okay, Pope. Okay, New Mexico. Why New Mexico is New Mexico, right? You tell me story, hua, inju, yeah, good, true, yeah, the story is true. Okay, and then you don't do true? You lied to me. I can't trust you. Okay, get Tupac better now? Okay, do you understand? Get Guru better now? I'll always be able to out-rap you, right? So, if I am faithful to you and I can't trust you, you won't be faithful to me, then we can't be in a relationship. Okay. We can't have a relationship. You can't tempt me with the hiney. You can't manipulate me with the poo nanny. Everybody's got poo nanny. Like Peter Fabre with Amy and Sierra Vista. It's just because, no, I can have sex with, no. No. I don't have to pay money for sex. I have to talk women out. I have to talk myself out of having, yeah. I could have sex 2, 3, 4 women at the same time. Well, their husbands are being jerks, and gosh damn, he's gorgeous and he's wonderful, and yeah. It's like, okay, well, why are we doing this? Just to have fun, because we know you'll settle down with a girl who's better looking than us, but it'll just be fun to just enjoy having sex with you while we can. All 3 of us? Yeah, oh, wow. Oh, this is fun. Okay, but I didn't. Why? No, because, boom, ba-doom, I'm not Robert Cray. In the silence I can hear, they're breaking hearts. It's because of me. And I would tell all the women that at Southwest Airlines, it's like, no, how's to know in 6 months I won't be him? Because that's what happens in our society with the scientists that were studying us. He's the greatest thing in the world till you get with him, and he's being destroyed financially, and they're trying to destroy him psychologically with a virtual presence through science projects because they're all jealous of him. So he's wonderful. He's like King David. They're just not going to allow it to happen. Like Muhammad told me, you can't be a prophet because everything, you prophesy something, they'll do it to undermine you and make you look inadequate as a prophet. Yeah, but you challenge them and say, boom, and then boom. Hey, thank you, I'm a prophet. Thank you. Your head's still up your ass. And me? In 8 months, I got to 10% body fat. Proved it. Okay. Even with you putting chemicals that could rot the balls off a bull in my body and killing most people from the chemical poisoning. Hallelujah, brother. That makes me even more profit than profit could profit. Here's your Jupiter project. Now go get your $50 million for your water. Money's not real, but water is. Covered in the blood of Christ. Thank you. You're welcome. Want to have a bunch of assholes from Cochise County in the federal and local law enforcement laugh at me while I'm having a prayer with Moses over Passover to clean the water for the children? Think it's funny? A crazy long-haired hippie dude thinking he's saving the children and saving the water from nuclear waste and industrial waste. Yeah, go figure. Okay. So I understand you. You know you better than I know you. I don't want to know you. I'm not Rockefeller. I'm not Rothschild. I'm not NASA. I don't want to know you. Well, because you're a fucking, hopeless sinner, faith-forsaken liar who refuses to live the Lord's Prayer because you want to kill all the people that you think are worse at you doing what you do than you do. Because they're trying to replace you as, I want to live forever. Here, drink your mercury. Okay. We're going to build a big mound with mercury in it to kill everybody that tries to take your treasures. Okay. Dumbass. I wrote down something brilliant. Yeah, we know. Couldn't live the Lord's Prayer to save your own life from drinking mercury, but you're a genius. Okay, let's invent this nuclear weapon to blow everybody up if we can't fuck everybody. We get it. We get it. Built the Great Wall. Here come the Mongols. You invented the Mongols. Just like Jotunheim and Thor and the Valley of the Dead and the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Gods invented the Europa. Well, when you say you're worshiping God, but you're actually trying to worship yourself, pow! Solitary confinement, tis your till. Okay, guys, I love you very much. Peace out. We'll talk later. Of course we will. I'm an excellent listener, which makes me an excellent talker. They shut down Magic Mountain. Yeah, they shut down those things that are, adrenaline rushes for people that want to do things that are unsafe so they can, hey, I think I want to jump out of airplanes and go kill people in Panama. Panama, go ahead and jump. And then do drugs till I die if I can't do it anymore. Okay, sounds like fun. All right. Go around from every port in the world, fuck all the women I want, exotic women everywhere I want, basket fucks, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, no moral structure, no meaningful relationships, no, Rob Roy and Willem Mullis for you. Okay, I love you. All right. Gene, roses are red. Love you too. Okay. The Messiah understands you. Okay, but you know you better than he knows you. Of course. The Lord wishes you privacy, and so do I. Who's the Lord? Apparently, in this day and age, it's early bird. That seems like most of the science projects seem to confirm that. I agree. It's pretty cool, huh? I like Mogan cycles, too. No, not those kind of Mogan cycles. I like Mogan cycles. Why'd they name a motorcycle after me? Am I fucking Speed Racer there? Sorry, Suzuki. They're dumbasses. Yeah, it's probably an insult. Since I didn't like combustible engines because of the poison they put out, and they would naturally name the combustible engines sold to everybody to pay extortion and accept extortion and exploitation. They would name a vehicle after me. How Japanese. Thanks for understanding. Okay, I love you. Peace out. Hey, Magashima. You sure dropped the ball at the DMV, didn't you? Okay, all right, peace.